All right, welcome everyone to this Thursday night's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. And let me tell you, we're going to bring the woods and waters together for you tonight. Hey, we have got a special show for you tonight. I have got one of the country's all-time leading recording artists, and that is Gary Morris is going to be on the show tonight. And we're going to have him singing from his brand new CD that he's come out with, and this is called Single Man. And he's going to sing a song for us tonight from this. But as most of you might not realize, Gary Morris is an outdoor enthusiast in his own right. Used to have a show on here. Used to watch it all the time. My favorite show, and I'll tell him about my favorite show that he did many years ago, but not that far back, because he and I aren't that old now, but come on. And along with him, we've got my good friend, and always has been a dear friend of me, and that is Brent Price, and he is the owner of Cracker Boy and Cracker Girl Seasonings, made right here in beautiful Kentucky, right in our own back door. And I tell you what, he's been on the show. He's fixed food for you. He's definitely fixed it for me. And so we're going to hit some of his talents also. So let's wind out and introduce our guest to you tonight. We do have with me right here Brent Price. Yep, there it is. There's Brent. And right on the left-hand side of Brent is Gary Morris. And Gary, thank you so much for being on the show.
I'm tickled to be here.
I tell you what, I am excited about it. When Brent called me and he said, "How would you like Gary Morris to be on the show?" I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Don't tease me with that now proverbial."
You're talking about two of my favorite things: food and hunting.
That's it. Well, Gary, you did have a great show. You had a great show on for a few years, and
yeah.
You are an avid outdoorsman.
I born in Texas, started hunting when I was a kid. I tell you a funny story. My mom, my show, I hunted with a longbow almost everywhere.
That's right.
And by the time I was 12 or 13, I don't know how many cottontails I'd killed. I lived in rural Fort Worth, and unfortunately I didn't know better, but I just pulled the tails off and I put them in a shoebox. And my mom found them under the bed. There's probably 150 of them. And
my goodness.
She said, "What are all these cotton balls from?" I said, "Those came from rabbits. I hate to tell you that." But so that's where it started. When I did the North American Sportsman, I got to hunt all over the world. It was really a great time.
Great show. I got to tell you, I told you before the show, my favorite deal was you went pheasant hunting on North American Outdoors. And when you came out, you told the guys expecting you to pull out a 12 gauge and go, "Oh, no." You brought this longbow out and you unsheathed it, strung it, got your arrows with your bird snares on the front of it, and you said, "Now I'm ready." And that guy was like, "Yeah, right." And you didn't get the first bird, you got the second one. And he's like, "Dude."
Well, there was even a lot more to the story I couldn't tell. I had thought I was going there to hunt with a shotgun, and an outdoor sports writer picked me up at the airport when I landed in Pierre and said, "So you're going to hunt these pheasant with a bow, right?" And I went, "Well, I didn't bring my bow." Well, we went out and we found a bow.
Oh my goodness.
It was a taxidermist out of town. It was an old U bow. We'd pull 40 pounds, and I was used to shooting a 70-pound bow. And those arrows you're talking about, we got out of a sporting goods store. They were the only ones fletched, and they wouldn't shoot with anything but a field tip on them. So that pheasant, the first one that I shot, that arrow passed right through the pheasant, and it dropped like a sack of potatoes.
That's right.
I remember that well.
It was, but that's not my best shot. I'm going to tell you my best shot, and I don't want to steal the show. My best shot ever was at a squirrel on the run in the leaves at about 30 yards, and I was hunting with Brad, who was my partner on the show.
Yeah, I remember.
And the arrow, we weren't filming, but the arrow came in right behind the shoulder of this little squirrel running through the leaves. Total luck. But I went over and picked it up and said, "Do I know what I'm doing?
Do I know?
That's
true.
What I'm doing or what?" Yeah.
But you got to say, man, that means a lot. If you went and got somebody else's bow, went and bought some arrows just to make the producer feel good.
Yeah, it was fun, and then I actually shot quite a few of them.
Yes, you did. You had a bag full at the end of the day.
Yeah, so it was a fun time. They made me come down. There was a TV show down in Mississippi, and they said, "Well, will you come down and bring your bow? We're going to have a quail hunt." I said, "You're going to do what?" He says, "We want and we're going to call it Cowboys and Indians. We'll bring some guys with shotguns." And they had another guy with a compound bow and me with my longbow. And as I live and breathe, First covey of quail got up, no one busted any of them. Second covey of quail got up, I killed the first quail with an arrow.
Awesome.
It was a flu, but I mean,
Yeah,
it was an arrow.
it's okay.
And that was the only one I killed. And the Cowboys won. They beat us like 5 or 6 to 1. I mean, but I did kill.
But you got the first one,
and it was on film, so it was like,
that's the way to be.
Fun.
And I tell you what, it says a lot about your personality and everything, because you have to be an accomplished arrow or archer to do to try those things, and that means you put a lot of hours in, Gary.
I did. When I was doing the North American Sportsman, I was in the field 180 days a year, and I'll give a plug for Byron Ferguson. I got a bow
he's been
from
on
Byron.
the show. Oh, yeah.
And shot with him, and then we shoot at night in the woods. We set up targets with a candle, with the flashlight on stuff, and you start seeing different. It's just different when you shoot a longbow.
Oh yeah.
So the difference mainly is you're looking at an animal. You're not looking at a sight. You're looking at an animal, so it's all instinctive. But it was great fun. I had great fun, and I'm doing some of that again. I mean, I'm revisiting a whole lot of hours of the North American Sportsman, and gonna looking at putting together some stuff that's the best of the old and the best of the new. I'm gonna go to Russia and fish. I just got back from Montana, and I did a mule deer hunt, and so I'm filming some stuff to maybe go back on the network or on a network or maybe just do a best of package. So I'm kind of back at it.
Well, you're always welcome to come on this show.
Well, I'm going to write that down.
Write it down, because we need to go fishing, Gary. You and I
I'd
need
love
to do
to.
some fishing around here and get you back on here and talk about some hunting and fishing going on right here in our own backyard.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to get more involved in Tennessee. I do the governor's hunt.
That's right, and we're going to talk about the governor's hunt too. That's coming up in April, and that's always a grand event.
Right.
The governor's one shot. I have to tell you one time, real quickly. I made the governor's one shot into the governor's 5 shot the second time I ever was there. That bird was a lot funner than I thought he was.
I've done it almost every year. I think I missed 1 year and donated some trips out to my ranch for elk hunting and stuff. And it's really a fun event.
I tell you what, we're gonna get Gary to sing us a song here in the second segment. But I have to say, howdy with my good friend Brent Price. Brent,
we're doing well.
Buddy,
Thank you for having us
You've
back.
been stirring the pot a lot here lately, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Now, trade show season's going to kick back off here in January. You're going to be a busy man.
We started in January at the ATA.
Yep.
Then we do the Turkey Federation. And then from there we go to Raleigh, North Carolina, and it just goes from
Then
there.
it starts that whole thing back over again.
It seems like it was yesterday we just ended. So
Super 8 motels love to see Brent, because they keep the light on for him.
Yeah, they sure do.
But Brent, you're the owner and proprietor of Cracker Boy Cracker Girl Seasoning. Been using it for years. You got me hooked on it about 10 years ago.
Well, thank you.
And so I've been using it ever since. But man, you've got some things moving and shaking going on, and talk to me a little bit about it.
We do. We have some things that may be happening here local for us where we can send the people from the show to that retailer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find retailers to put our product where we can send the consumers.
That's right. But until that happens, they can order it from you.
They can go to www.crackerseasonings.com.
That's right, crackerseasonings.com. Yep. They can also, you can check through our website, Southern Woods and Waters. We have a direct link to Cracker Seasoning. So either way, we'll get you there, I promise you. And some of the best seasoning in the world. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Gary Morris, we're going to ask Gary to use his beautiful, great voice to entertain us for just a little bit. And then we're going to talk to Brent Price again. Brent has really got some hot news for you. Don't you, Gary? Don't you, Brent?
We do.
And then we got a special for you over there cooking in the recipe section. So hurry back to more of Southern Woods and Waters. All right, this week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. Hey, let me tell you something. Just talked to Jim Flowers. They're about 200 deer ahead of last year, and gun season doesn't open until Saturday, Brent. So that's a great, great deal. Hey, look at your first picture here. These are some more pictures of some young sportsmen that went out there to Eaton's Creek Road, 4550 Eaton's Creek Road. That's exactly where Flowers Deer Process is located. And they just can't stand it. When they see youngsters in there with these big smiles that arrive 2 minutes before they do, and then they got these nice deer in the back end of their trucks or vehicles, they just have to snap pictures. And so here's just a few of some kids. We don't have their names. We didn't ask for all that. We just wanted to show you a bunch of smiling faces with a bunch of happy little youngsters on there. We are truly setting a legacy for these kids, and I tell you what, they're continuing on with our heritage. Look at there, what a nice one. Isn't that? Man, I wish I'd have been in that picture. That's a great picture. And then our last picture here, this is Bobby Gannon. He killed this one in Van Buren County. He said, Hugh, this was my first nice buck I've ever taken, and guess what, Hugh? I'm still smiling today. Awesome, awesome deal. You can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robinson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com, and we'll get them on here super fast. Got a lot of deer pictures coming in, a lot of fishing pictures too, by the way, a lot of big fish being caught. But hey, I want to tell you something. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Joy. She's got something already started over there. What do you got, Joy?
Oh my goodness, I'm surprised you didn't want to change places with me tonight.
I did, but they made me mic up stationary.
Okay, I'm gonna hurry. We got Mitch back on again. Thank you, Mitch. Tell us what you're doing.
Thank you, Joy. Well, we're promoting some new products, Chef Mitch's favorite for the Christmas year. We got Hot Logic, of course, everybody's favorite. The Smart Shelves, of course, it's all-in-one.
Non-breakable.
Non-breakable.
That's a good thing for me.
It's a versatile unit. We got some products. We got some recipes coming up, and I will actually show you one real quick. Takes just a minute. This is how quick this is. Peppers, onions, 2 different types. Meat, of course, marinated in Cracker Boys seasonings, both spicy and original. Put in a homemade teriyaki sauce with the Cracker Boy sauce, ketchup, soy sauce, and that's it. And you got your teriyaki here.
So you're gonna give us a recipe so we can put it on the website for everybody, please?
We are going to have it all over the website and ours. I'd like to announce to everybody that tonight is a trigger date for triggertothetable.net.
Oh, yeah.
Our very own website we just started out. We have all of these wonderful products on sale. A promo code BR549 will save you 10% on anything you purchase. Our new t-shirts on there.
Really?
And of course, $1 off every sale we make is going to go to Southern Woods and Water.
Well,
right.
awesome. We'll have to donate that. We need people to do that.
This product is virtually done. From here, covers, goes in the Hot Logic, and of course it comes out like this. This is actually venison. This is venison teriyaki.
We're gonna eat it.
Yes, you are.
Okay, now I'm going to have to switch positions with y'all here very shortly. But hey, I'm going to tell you something. I am so proud to have this guy. And like I said, I just got giddy whenever Brent said, how would you like to have Gary Morris on the show with you? Oh, who wouldn't? I mean, he's a hero in the outdoor world. And Gary, you're going to sing a song for us tonight from your new debut album.
I am. It's a song, the album, I wrote everything on it. And this is one of my favorites on the record.
Well,
It's
let's
called If You
hear
Were
it,
Mine. If you were mine, and I gave all my love to you, would it be enough to see us through till the end of time? If you were mine, could you trust your heart to me alone? Let me wrap you up and take you home. If you were only mine. There's a moment when you bring a raging fire. You lift me up, I see angels in your choir. Then you touch me where it's out of my control. The angels sing, we go where only lovers go. If you were mine, I would only have a single wish for you. If you love and love completely, say I do. If you were only mine. And all I want is nothing more than everything. Forget the past, the present's what I bring. Let me hold you till you're out of control. Then come with me where only lovers go. If you were mine, there would never be another shattered dream. I'd be bursting at the seams, loved by every means. If you were mine, if you were mine.
Oh my goodness,
That was amazing.
Gary! Whoa, buddy!
Thank you.
I got goosebumps out here.
Well, that wasn't meant for you, Hugh.
Well, I know it, but still, I love to hear you sing, brother.
Thank
You
you,
do
thank
a
you.
great job.
Thanks.
And how long have you been singing, Gary?
I sang my first solo in a Southern Baptist church when I was 4. So that's been like 20 years.
That's what I'm thinking. 20 years ago you started it.
200 years ago. Now I've been, you know what? I've never had a job. After my high school and college summer jobs, I started playing music. So other than producing and hosting the North American Sportsman, I've done music pretty much every day of my life. So I've never had really an employer. And so I'm really excited about the $100,000 I'm getting for tonight.
That's right. Which is, my
was
house is
gonna
up
pay
for
the
sale, ladies and gentlemen.
But so music's what I've done. Between hunting and fishing, when people say, "What do you do for a living?" I say, "Well, I kind of hunt and I fish, then I sing." They go, "Well, that's the life." And I said, "Yeah, they think the music is really the life." But lots and lots of miles, and lots and lots.
Came from Texas.
Came from Texas. And
We're both Texas boys.
Lufkin and Fort Worth.
That's
and
right.
It's a good thing that I came to Nashville, because coming to Nashville gave me a chance to have a really wonderful career. And then, I did all these weird kind of things that were just, my philosophy was always, if there's an opportunity, like a door opens, you stick your foot in and
That's right.
look around, and if you like it, do it. So I did 2. People think that I'm a trained opera singer, because in my life I've done 2 operas. And I've seen 2 operas, and I was in them both. That's the only ones I've ever seen. I didn't take any music lessons. I taught myself how to play guitar and learn to sing in church. And then it
But
worked.
you have such a unique voice, Gary.
Well, that's my gift. So
It is. That is truly a blessing, and you play it well, brother. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That voice is unique.
thank
And
you.
there's no. I mean, if I heard your voice come over or heard you sing a song, I could say that's Gary Moore.
Well, what I'm thinking about doing is trying to get some really good-looking 23-year-old kid, and then sing, and then put him on the cover.
Yeah.
And let him make all the money, but just want to kind of slip back out there into the radio, and then they'll go, "Oh, that's Gary Morris doing it again."
That's right. That's right.
Dirty
But
trick.
That's the way it should be. Now you are even talking about taking some of the shows that you've done with North American Hunting and do some more.
Yeah.
Maybe even visit the best of.
Yeah, it's like I had, I had 5 seasons. I started the same year, I think, that Bill Jordan did.
Yeah.
And of course I was the
Hank
last
Parker
season.
and some of those others,
All those. It was on when Nashville Network had the sports
right.
block,
That's
and
right.
the last 13 weeks it ran, my show was #1, and then I went, I can't afford to do this. I still had a band, and I had all this stuff. I said, I've got to go back out and play, but
There is a big responsibility with having a band, isn't there?
oh my goodness, I was talking to, and I'm not going to divulge a name, but one of the, I'm not going to tell you Kenny Chesley's name, but I heard that he had at one point in time had 156 employees.
Good.
Wow.
Gracious.
And you start thinking about it, those guys get paid every week, so you got to go work. And today, in the '80s, before Garth, when
Right.
Garth came out, Garth introduced rock and roll live shows with a country format. So all of a sudden we went to cannons and everything going off,
Fire and everything.
So,
Yeah.
So now then everybody they all
techno
have to do
stuff.
it. So these people, whether it's Keith Urban or Taylor or Vince or whoever, if they go out, they've got to do the whole thing.
So they got 8 members of their band and 146 technos.
something doing other things.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a pretty exhaustive, and oftentimes you end up. Fortunately for me, it didn't work out this way, but a lot of guys they spend everything they ever make just trying to go make more, and they go, well, now it's over. What happened? And so I was lucky. I did all right and bought some smart land when everybody was against me doing it, and did all right with that. So I'm good, but I'm going out to play again. See, that's my whole deal.
That's a great deal, though. You started a legacy many years ago, Gary, and the fact that here's a country music singer on the road all the time, but you still make time to go hunt.
It was a huge deal.
You never left your roots.
Warner Brothers, who I signed with, said, "No, don't tell anybody you hunt." And I went, "What are you talking about?" I block it off. In October and November, I'm going to be hunting somewhere, and it was invariably that's when you get the best offer. Somebody'd say, "Well, can you do this tour?" I'm going, "No, you don't understand. I'm available 10 months out of the year, pretty much any time, but this time right here, no.
That's your time.
That's my time."
That's right. Hey, I tell you what, we're going to talk to Gary a little bit more here in the next segment, but first we got to do our product of the week.
Southern Woods and Waters Product of the Week, brought to you by FileQuest.
All right, I got 2 great products right here. And I have to say, these are presents for Bill Sheriff, owner and proprietor of Center Island Resort in Canada, that we went up to and went fishing on there. He said, "Hugh, I need some new musky lures." Well, Bill Barton with B&B Custom Lures made these 2 right here. This is the threadfin shad or gizzard shad, whichever one. And this, of course, is the bluegill in the super shad wraps, which is what they catch a lot of muskie on up there in those northern waters. So, Bill, we're showing off your presents, but you get them tomorrow. And but a great deal. Bill with Billy Barton with B&B Custom Lures. Remember that. Go to our website, Southern Woods and Waters. You can go straight to his website. I tell you what, we got more Brent Price, Gary Morris, more cooking going on. Man, you ought to smell this stuff. We'll be right back with more of Southern Woods and Waters.